Hey, Crypto Growth fam, how's it going? This is your host Shazib signing in. Let us explore the future of finance with SHX and its co-founder Sean Bennet in this video. This is going to be an interesting video, so guys, make sure to stay tuned and watch till the end. And for those of you who are new to the channel, we primarily discuss utility coins. You folks can see a rough map of what we discuss regularly in this channel. We discuss these as well as other potential gems as well, their comparisons, analysis, and all of that stuff. So if you're interested in any of them, make sure to subscribe for regular videos. So folks, let us begin with the price of SHX at the time of this recording. Basically, the price is $0.0005208 at the time of recording with a market cap of $3 million. But that is with the circulating supply, which is 5.79%, and the max supply is 100 billion. So a fully diluted market cap would be around $52 million, guys. I have discussed this issue as well in one of my previous videos. I think it was titled SHX Questions Explored, I think, yes. So you guys can check that video out as well. But aside from that, I think that the SHX team needs to uh, have some more clarity in terms of the release schedule of these tokens, because they have mentioned that there are going to be various rewards for merchants, for the retail as well, in which they're going to be allocated SHX tokens. So one more thing which I've discussed in the previous video, you can check out the details, that there might be a burn implementation as well, because I think they are having a governance vote as well in Q4 of 2023, in which community might get involved and there might be tweaks and changes in tokenomics. So we have to be stay tuned and stay updated basically, and see where this goes. Anyways, besides from this, SHX has been promising in a lot of aspects. We're going to be heading down and checking this AMA that I have found a document which is basically which was, I think, initiated in February of 2023. AMA with Stronghold CTO and co-founder Sean Bennet. So guys, let us explore this. This was extremely interesting. You guys would like it as well. I thought of sharing this with you guys. For those of you who haven't uh, touched this, quick question to break the ice: are you a cat person or a dog person? I think we should skip this anyways. Okay, I'm curious. Let us check it out. I like both. I grew up with cats on a farm cats hunting mice and such, but I'm a dog person now. I kind of transformed. Okay, so definitely a dog person now. His name is Koda. Okay. Question: where does the name Stronghold come from? This is a great question, and I bet a lot of people on the Stronghold team have actually never heard where the name comes from either. So originally, when Tammy and I were kicking things off, our project name was called Citadel, and some of you may be aware that Citadel is actually the name of a huge multinational hedge fund in the US. So clearly, we could not use that. Okay. What security measures does Stronghold use to protect user data? We have done a lot of work in the last it'll be 18 months. In the last 6 to 12 months, we got our SOC2 type 2 audit completed. That's a really important audit for us to be able to work with the partners that we have that demand a certain level of security audit to have gone through to be able to work with us and integrate into our products. So during that process, we, had to tighten a lot of our policies and procedures, both from a technical as well as a compliance policy point of view. That work really got us up to scratch, and thankfully, we did pass that audit with no findings. That allowed us to continue the work with our partners. Is Stronghold planning to list SHX on other exchange areas like Binance or Coinbase? Yes, we are always interested in listing on more exchanges. We do have some particular exchanges that we would like to work with, and we've started making tracks with them. I think, okay, this page two, yeah. Mm, yes, Yeah, this is page 2. How does Stronghold Crypto comply with financial regulations such as anti-money laundering? Yeah, great question. I think that one of the things that both Tammy and I learned really early, even back in 2014, when hardly anyone in the crypto space were really worried about the regulatory environment, was to make sure that we're building with the regulatory environment in mind from day one. And that's why from quite early on, we've always had a compliance department, head of legal, head of compliance, to make sure that we're doing things in a little bit more of a conservative manner in terms of how we deal with regulations today. Our audits are a big part of it. So again, SOC2 on the sort of more technology and security side, nature audit for our involvement in the ACH system in the domestic US market. It is automated clearinghouse system. Then it goes to the partnerships we have with our banking partners, or sometimes we have banking sponsorships to run our payments products. As part of that, we have to have a very in-depth due diligence process. So a lot of our customers, due to the nature of the businesses they are, we have to run what's called enhanced due diligence on them. So there's, KYB, you know your business, know your customer, know your business. We have to run sanctions, a sanctions check, background checks on them, and hand data over to banks so they can tick off on customers that are onboarding. So there's a whole heap of policies and procedures that were built over time to be able to bring on those. Okay, so this is really good that they're doing compliance, they're taking legal aspects seriously, because regulations are really important going forward in crypto, guys. How does Stronghold Crypto differentiate itself from other fintech companies and in crypto? This is one of the that I'm particularly proud of right now, given the crypto winter that's going on. I just mentioned in one of those previous answers that we tend to take more of a conservative approach to how we run things. Our focus is always going to be on a sustainable business model, right? We are a business first before any other descriptors, like being in the crypto space. It is important for us to make sure that no matter what happens with markets or fads, we have a sustainable business at the core of things. I think this is why sometimes people might think we're moving a little bit more slowly than other players in the space who are going fast, but they are also disappearing, right? So they want to build out slowly and gradually and do things the right way, even if that is uh, slower with their competitors or other fintech companies in the space, in the crypto space. So yeah, they do not want to go rise up fast and fall down as fast as they rose, basically. What's your view about the future of DeFi? Will DeFi eliminate banks in the future? I was very skeptical of DeFi when I first saw it. There are a bit of a grammatical errors, guys, so avoid that when I first saw it, but I have absolutely changed my opinion on it. I think that DeFi is here to stay long term, but I also think that the traditional institutions are also here to stay long term. I think what it comes down to is the use case for what you're looking at. So some use cases are naturally going to fit the decentralized space, and others, a lot of the ones we deal with, are still going to want the perceived security or real security of being able to interact with the traditional banking sector and payment systems. Guys, let us move ahead and come to an interesting question. If you've liked the video till now, make sure to subscribe. Uh, is Stronghold considered a DLT or distributed ledger technology? It seems DLT will play a huge role with ISO 20022. Stronghold itself is not a separate protocol or a separate network, so no, we are not a DLT unit of ourselves. However, we do integrate with multiple DLTs, and so our core product StrongholdNet, has for many years had support for multiple DLTs. The main ones being Stellar and Ripple. We have both historical partnerships with both of those companies, as well as customers that have asked us to build on top of them. We also do have an internal ledger technology which we call Stronghold's Virtual Ledger, and we run that when we don't need external connectivity. But the customer still wants something that looks and feels a bit like a DLT. I absolutely agree that ISO 20022 and FEDNOW and all those services and making sure those can be integrated alongside DLTs is super important. I think that ISO 20022 in particular, the richer data that's attached to transfers will be a key determinant in business choice of DLTs in the future. So it is great to see that Ripple and Stellar have actually both thought of that in making sure that their tooling allows for integrations with other products that need to, talk the ISO 20022 standard. So guys, from this you guys can see that they are truly looking forward to how to integrate or how to coordinate with all these great standards like ISO 20022 in particular. They're taking it seriously that this is the way going forward, this is the future. They're coordinating with Ripple, with Stellar. Is there any future planning to launch SHX in another launchpad? Let us move ahead. Page number 3. Yeah. So let us move a bit forward to uh, another question. Is there any back plan if there is a disaster in crypto? Okay. Let us. Why did Tammy Camp's goal of 1 million wallets by 2023 miss so terribly? This is also a good question. When can retail participate in the governance of the network? This is what I was talking about. This is going to be happening in a nutshell uh, in Q4 of this year. So super excited to see how that plays out. So okay, this is a new addition to the roadmap for the year. So let us check this out. Why did Tammy Camp's goal of 1 million wallets by 2023 miss so terribly? Okay, that's an honest question. That's a good one. In terms of the wallet holders goal, it is hard to measure exactly how many asset holders there are. We can only really look at the Stellar network as sort of a proxy because we can only just look at like how many trust lines are there in that one particular network. We can see how many users are, on exchanges, which we expect to be quite a few. But even giving a generous estimate there, we did miss the 1 million wallet goal. One of the things that we are committing to doing this year in order to be able to get more wallet holders, and it really goes to retail, is our promotions feature. I'm pretty sure there are some questions coming up that people will ask, and we can get into a little bit more on that, but we are doing some work that will hopefully move towards getting us closer to that goal maybe by the end of the year. We'll see. So best of luck. Does the does the regulatory environment make Stronghold want to leave US? No, we will not leave the US. This is our focus area, and all of the merchants that we've onboarded since COVID are actually in the US. Okay, let us check out more questions that are interesting. Yeah, sorry for that, guys. To make that a little bit more enticing to participants as well, we will be introducing administrative fees which are paid in SHX for the merchant financing program. And a good example is going to be a loan origination fee. So if you take out a loan, the merchant will have to pay a certain amount of SHX. This is actually what the government's vote is going to be about, and I hope I can actually talk about it now, but I'm going to anyway. What the vote is essentially going to be around is what proportion of the administrative fees and in particular loan origination gets burned. And this will be the first we have intentional burning of the token versus what proportion gets redistributed back to the pool contributors. Okay, so basically the vote that is going to be happening in the Q4 of 2023 is related to the fees burn and how much burning happens. So imagine guys, when the merchant volume rises and the SHX ecosystem builds in the future, these fees are going to be huge, and they're going to be contributing in the burning of the token as well. For those of you deeming that it is a big supply, and it obviously is 100 billion, but considering one Ripple XRP went to $3 with a 100 billion supply, so keeping in mind that if you believe in SHX, it might the utility of it might go to rise above to those levels. If not those levels, then at least a quarter of that. So let's see how it goes. Not financial advice, obviously. I'm excited to see how that rolls out, and also interested to see how our current participants respond to those changes, which hopefully makes it more enticing for them. What else is happening? Stronghold Net will be getting some data improvements. The big ones there is ISO 20022. We already have some compatibility for ISO 20022 in certain places. We had to do some to onboard IBM back in the day, so that's been around for a couple of years actually. But ISO 20022 was a very broad standard, right? It is not like it is all or nothing. You can support just the bits you need for the payment flows you have. We're expanding our support so that more of our customers can take advantage of it. So this one is huge, guys. They are becoming compatible with ISO 20022 standards in places where they're best effective, where SHX is effective in the payments arena, where it matters. So this is good, guys. This is good. So this is a question related to staking. Let us check this out. Will there be staking for SHX and or ability to run a node? Because Stronghold isn't its own protocol, there is no need to have nodes running. So no, we won't have nodes running, and it is very unlikely that we would like to would look to have our own sort of ledger running. For staking, it makes a lot more sense for us to utilize what's already out there, and I've definitely seen this question pop up a few times. We will not be able to support staking at this time. I think that the only time we could look at staking is once the governance and decentralization piece has progressed quite a bit further. So okay, you get the idea of staking from this. But as Stronghold, no, we're not able to provide staking at least at this point. What role will Stronghold play with FedNow services for automatic clearinghouse? We will support FedNow, so that means we'll be able to route payments over it, and that really just allows us to improve the feature set that we can offer our customers in the domestic US. So it is really just about making sure we're integrating into it. Okay, will the Qcoin issue be resolved? So thankfully the issue has been resolved. For context, we are marked as ST special treatment on Qcoin due to low liquidity. And this goes back to one of those earlier questions where I mentioned that we don't necessarily want to launch on too many exchanges at once, just because it does thin out the liquidity on a per exchange basis. What problem does Stronghold solve for banking or sending payments? It is a good question because there are tons of payment providers out there. I mean, Stripe is the big obvious one. For us, our niche is working in industries that have high compliance burdens. A good sort of rule of thumb is if there's some sort of buying restriction, age is a good example, such as alcohol, gaming, gambling. They have stricter regulations, and often there's KYC around the purchasing as well as sometimes a stigma around what those businesses do. So for them, they're unable to get banked or receive extra financial services like cash advances from traditional players, right? And our mission is financial services for all. So they are the industries that we target. For us, it is really using the strong banking partnerships that we've built up over many years for different elements. So guys, they're targeting different businesses, all sorts of businesses. Whoever is interested, they're complying with basically everyone. They're accommodating everyone. They're not differentiating between various businesses. Any business can come, and they can provide services to them regardless of the category and stigma and whatever. So this is what they're saying basically. Now, this is also an interesting question. Did you ever work with Ripple, and is Ripple actually an investor? So, I personally partnered back with Ripple back in 2014 and have essentially worked with them ever since. So, yes, Stronghold has worked with Ripple. Ripple Labs is actually an investor in Stronghold, and they put that investment in. I think it was in 2020, could be 1 year before or after. But yes, they have invested with us, and we've spent a lot of time working with them and partners in their ecosystem. We had Qual as a customer pre-COVID for that year, and we also looked at ODL flows and some of the products on that side. So yes, absolutely, and we always keep in touch with Ripple and see what they're moving towards next to see whether there's anything useful that we can work together on. And I'm also a judge on the XRP grant panel. So yeah, we are super close with them. So guys, this is huge because Ripple is a key player in the payment and crypto space, and it is going to be a giant. It is already a giant, and it's going to be growing further. And looking and taking inspiration from Ripple and XRP and being associated with them and being in touch with them is great in my opinion. Are you actively working with Flare? No, we're not. Sorry guys, I've got this allergy going on. This might hinder your experience, but pardon me guys, pardon me, spare me. If you have a LLC, your business does not require payment, but you hold SHX, can you perform the pools? So our DeFi pools are permissioned, and there's an allow list on them to be able to join that group. What are the potential challenges and solutions for addressing scalability issues in Stronghold Crypto, particularly as the user base and transaction volume continue to grow over time? Because we are in the protocol layer, it is not our blockchain, it is Stellar's for our main issuance or Ethereum for the side issuance. Not to deflect entirely, but it's more up to them to make sure that their ledgers continue to be usable for use cases like Stronghold. This is why it is important, in our opinion, to stick to technologies that have stood the test of time. This is one of the reasons we really like Stellar. Obviously, Stellar is extremely cheap, like Sean is saying. Okay, that's what we're super interested in as a payments company. Ethereum, well, not so cheap to send payments, pretty bad to be honest. So obviously, Stellar is a really good choice. They've stood the test of time and they're extremely good when it comes to efficiency and their low fees. What goal were you the most excited about? What goal were you the most excited about accomplishing this past year? Well, there were a few things that I'm obviously proud that the team has done. We launched the SHX rewards program at the end of 2021, but 2022 was a big growth year for it. Every merchant that came on board signed up for that. So, guys, I hope you like this. Yeah, there is another section as well. Let us check this out. Even though it is the start of this year, so I'm going to cheat a little bit. I'm really pleased that we've launched our promotions feature into beta in the last few days, because that carries a lot of groundwork for launching a lot of other things that I'm excited about. And that sort of ties into that governance vote. So the next big thing that is coming this year in Q4 2023 is the governance vote. So let us check how that goes in terms of getting DeFi on one side and SHX rewards down to the end consumers, the customers. So yeah, I think that's pretty excited. Many people were a bit skeptical, as SHX rewards are only for the merchants and there are no rewards for the customers or consumers. So they're planning to do SHX rewards for the consumers, the customers as well, and make it a comprehensive ecosystem, the rewards system as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, because I think from this document we got to learn a lot of things about SHX and crypto in general, compliance, them being associated with Stellar, Ripple, FEDNOW, their compatibility with ISO 20022 standards, as well as the governance vote in 2023, the burn mechanism that might be implemented with the vote, and the SHX rewards program that is going to be tripled down towards the consumers and the customers, aside from the merchants as well. So guys, I hope you enjoyed this video, as watching this video as much as I enjoyed making it. So if you did, guys, make sure to give the channel a subscribe, and make sure to like and share as well, and hit the bell notification icon for notifications, obviously. And guys, if you're interested in any of these other coins as well, then make sure to subscribe the channel as well, as we regularly discuss these coins as well as other potential gems whenever needed. So guys, like I always say in the end, until next time, stay blessed and stay tuned. Thank you very much, folks.